Please remove your badges, maintain social distancing of 6 feet, and wear your masks. Please ensure that all cell phones are turned off or silenced until completion of the ceremony. We ask that in the tradition of an outdoor ceremony, military members salute and civilians place their hands over their heart during the national anthem. Good afternoon and welcome to the groundbreaking ceremony for the National Air and Space Intelligence Center's Intelligence Production Complex 3. I'm Patrick Curran, your Master of Ceremony. We will begin with the playing of the national anthem by the Air Force Band of Flight and the invocation by Chaplain Cliff Mullen.
Please join me in prayer as you're able. Almighty, we celebrate the accomplishment of today. While many of us view today as the beginning of this grand project, we only stand in this place to commemorate the breaking of ground for the NASIC Intelligence Production Complex 3 building because men and women have invested immense time, energy, and expertise. Thank you for the lasting impact they will make on the National Air and Space Intelligence Center, the power of the United States Air Force, and the security of our great nation. In this time of celebration, we pause to acknowledge the significance of the work that will take place in this building. The women and men who will one day occupy these hallways and offices will diligently tackle the critical mission of providing top-tier products to advance the security of our nation on the highest levels, while executing mission-essential work that will save lives and empower our force. God, we seek your blessing on this endeavor. We pray for good weather, strong and effective partnerships with contractors, safe labor, and a final product that exceeds expectations. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would like to recognize our official party. Colonel Patrick Miller, 88th Air Base Wing, our host for this event. Colonel Moe Calabrese, Commander, National Air and Space Intelligence Center, our co-host for today. The Honorable Rob Portman, United States Senator for the state of Ohio. The Honorable Mike Turner, United States House of Representatives for Ohio's 10th Congressional District. Mr. Mike King, representing Senator Sherrod Brown, State of Ohio. Colonel Eric Crispino, Commander, Louisville District, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Mr. Kevin Kozar, Senior Vice President of Messer Construction Company. Please hold your applause until the last distinguished guest is announced. Our distinguished guests in attendance today include the Honorable Rick Perales, State Representative, Ohio's 73rd District. Mr. Jeff Hoagland, President, Dayton Development Coalition. The Honorable Bob Stone, Mayor, City of Beaver Creek. The Honorable Paul Keller, Mayor, City of Fairborn. The Honorable Pete Williams, Mayor, City of Riverside. Mr. Matt Schnelly, Vice President, Messer Construction. Mr. Dwayne Harrison, Chief Scientist, National Air and Space Intelligence Center. Colonel Raymond Smith, Commander, 445th Airlift Wing. Colonel Mike Phillips, Vice Commander, 88th Air Base Wing. Colonel Paul Harmer, Vice Commander, National Air and Space Intelligence Center. Colonel Paul Henderson, Vice Commander, Air Force Research Laboratory. Chief Master Sergeant Kimberly Pollard, Command Chief, National Air and Space Intelligence Center. Chief Master Sergeant Jason Schaefer, Command Chief, 88th Air Base Wing. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to recognize our official party. I'm sorry. We already did that. I would like to welcome our many other distinguished guests, community leaders, and Wright-Patterson leaders who took the time to attend this very special event. Thank you for joining us. I would now like to invite Colonel Patrick Miller to the podium to address the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Miller.
Hey teammates, I had the privilege of simply welcoming you to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. You know, as the installation commander here, whenever I heard we were doing a groundbreaking in November, I had to work hard with the weather team to dial up this amazing weather, right? And so I was a little concerned, but they've done an awesome, awesome job. Yeah, great job. And so the other piece of it is I'm a career civil engineer by trade. And so anytime we get to do a groundbreaking, that's near and dear to my heart. But I know we don't get here without the hard work of a lot of folks, From the folks you see in front of you being great advocates, to the folks that get to work in these buildings being amazing mission partners, to all the distinguished guests that you heard introduced here today, from mission partners inside the base and community partners outside the base. Wright-Patterson Air Force Base is truly the community's installation. I will say often as I can, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base is here for the defense of our nation. And we see that prevalent in the mission of NASIC. Wright-Patterson Air Force Base is here because of our community. We are the community's installation, and you see that with our community partners here. And so I say thanks to all of you for coming out and being part of this amazing event. Thanks for the advocacy from our civic leaders in getting us here today. And with that, I will turn it over to Senator Portman for a few opening comments.
Colonel Miller, thank you very much. It's great you're a civil engineer. I didn't realize that. That might explain why we both have a new building and a dirt bike course over there behind us. Nice of you to do that as well. Wow, it's great to be here, and congratulations to everybody who's been involved in this project over time. I was here last summer. I stood right over there to look at some of the new construction, some of the refurbishing of the existing facility, and was impressed with that. And we talked about this incredible new building and the importance of it. And here we are. The dirt has been moved, the groundbreaking is beginning, and this will be fantastic for this community, but also great for our country, because the work being done here is absolutely essential to the safety and security of every single one of us. You think about the increasing threats we are encountering as a country, from the air, from the space. The folks who are going to help the leaders of our country be able to defend all of us and all of our communities are going to be right here. And this new facility is going to, as I understand it, be able to house about 900 more people. That's amazing. So we are very, very proud of the fact that NASIC is here with a team of over 4,000 professionals already. And the ability to expand that and keep our country even safer is fantastic. The community partnership here is terrific, and I think you're absolutely right, Colonel Miller. We are here in part because of the community. And thanks to Beaver Creek for stepping up and being our official sponsor in applying for the Space Command as an example. Thanks to all the mayors who are here, Mayor Stone, Mayor Williams, Mayor Keller. State Rep Rick Perales is here. He's not only an Air Force veteran, but he was actually the civil engineering officer, as I recall, here at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base at one point. Please call him commissioner now, by the way. The voters just can't get enough of him, I guess. And I also want to thank Colonel Calabrese for his great work as NASIC commander. Again, I had a great tour here recently, and we stay in touch with what they're doing because it is so critical to this area, but also just fits into everything that is happening around the world right now in terms of the importance of having a space command and being able to work well with them and all the threats that we face. I talked to Colonel Calabrese a little bit today about the next big step we hope to have here, which is a decision that Space Command would be located here. Makes all the sense in the world. This is the right place for it. Think of the synergies with NASIC. Think of the synergies with Air Force Research Lab, also here represented today. Think of the AFB synergies. Think of the community support. We're the right place for it. So we're hoping to get the Space Command here as well. I also want to thank my friend and the champion for this base, Mike Turner. Congressman Turner is the person who, in the House of Representatives is always standing up for Wright-Pat, and he's been a great partner. This is the opportunity for us to, again, do something that is really important with regard to NASIC, but also it's great for the whole base and the whole area. Just a little story as to how we got here today. In the Senate Appropriations Bills and Defense Authorization Bill, we did have funding for this project spread out over 3 years. And when I was here last summer, I heard very poignantly from the commander and from Jeff Hoagland, who's here. Thank you, Jeff. Talked about community support and others. Boy, wouldn't it be great if we could speed up that funding and get it all in a single appropriations year rather than spread out over 3 years. Mike Turner was successful in getting that done in the House. And then I went to work along with Congressman Turner and Senator Brown, his representatives here as well today, and we were able to get that funding, instead of having it phased in, fully funded in the FY 2020 bill, speeding up the process considerably. So this was an example of us working together as a team, all of us, and accomplishing something really important. This year's National Defense Authorization Bill, by the way, also includes $35 million for the Energy Resilience and Conservation Investment Program to make NASIC more energy efficient and less prone to breakdowns of equipment and data losses. So that's also something we got in the bill just this last year for NASIC. Total in the last 2 years, we've been able to authorize a combined $256 million for the modernization effort here at NASIC. And again, thank you. Everyone should be proud of that. The Space Command is, again, something that we've come together with as a group. Congressman Turner and I led a letter signed by every member of the Ohio delegation. And I mentioned that to Colonel Calabrese today. We have no daylight between us as Republicans or Democrats or Southern Ohioans or Northern Ohioans. We're all together in this project. And I will say, too, and I, again, talked this morning to some of you about this, but whether we get the Space Command here or not, and we deserve it, and we're the right place for it, it's going to help us here. It's going to help NASIC as the Space Command gets set up, because there will be individuals here who are part of the Space Command. There already are. In fact, I understand we may even hear the anthem from the Space Command later today. Is that right? I see the musicians nodding. That's great. Thanks to the band for that. I can't wait to hear it. Mike Turner joked that it's going to be "Here We Go into the Black Hole Blue Yonder" or something like that. But I can't wait to hear that, but more importantly, to see the Space Command get set up and have it, again, work so closely with this base because it just fits with Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Last year, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base officially hit 30,000 employees for the first time in 30 years. So we're on the way up. We're on the way up, sort of like, an F-16 going straight up. And that's exciting. And we're really excited about the F-35 program and other missions. With that, we expect to be at 35,000 employees at this base, civilian and active duty, 35,000 within the next few years. The Space Command, even more. So this is exciting stuff. And it's important, again, to our area. It's important as a cornerstone of the Miami Valley economy, but it's also really important for our national security. It's about fulfilling a critical mission that the individuals who work behind me do every day to keep us all safe, to ensure that our country remains, as we heard earlier, the land of the free. The home of the brave is behind me here, and we appreciate them every day. God bless you all, and congratulations.
Congressman Turner.
And now Patrick is next.
Thank you, Senator Portman. Congressman Turner will now come forward and give remarks.
Thank you. I want to thank Commander Miller and Commander Calabrese for their leadership here. It's been my honor and privilege to work on this, the third expansion of NASIC since I have been in Congress. And I want to thank Senator Portman for his continued advocacy for Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, an incredible partner that he is for our community and, of course, for Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, and, of course, Sherrod Brown for his contributions. You have a team in Washington that tries to make certain that we continue the advocacy for Wright-Patterson Air Force Base and for projects like this. But I must say, this project, this building, is being accomplished here today as a result of the work of the men and women in uniform and the civilians that work in this building to ensure our national security. Their reputations of excellence are what caused the Department of Defense and Congress to look to this site to invest dollars to make certain that they have the latest tools and the best equipment and the best facilities to be able to continue their work. Their work assesses what our adversaries are doing. It advises our men and women in uniform as they're on the battlefield. And it also looks to the future to tell us where we need to be to try to make certain that we stay ahead always of our adversaries. I have been very privileged to be here with many secretaries of defense, chairmen of the Armed Services Committee, members of the Armed Services Committee, chairman of the Intelligence Committee, and members of the Intelligence Committee. And I must tell you, what happens in this building is so classified that many of them don't know what's even happening here at NASIC or at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base until they get inside these doors. And it's so incredible to watch their reaction of just the outstanding work that's being done here and the importance of what they do. I had one member of Congress say to me, I had always hoped that someone was doing this. Well, they are doing it. They're doing it here right at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, right here at NASIC, and soon they'll be doing it right here in this expanded and important building. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman Turner. At this time, I would like to invite Mr. Mike King to come forward and make remarks on behalf of Senator Sherrod Brown.
Good afternoon. My name is Mike King. I'm regional representative for U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown. The senator is not able to attend today, but he did want me to say a few words on this special ceremony here at Wright-Pat. First and foremost, thank you to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, U.S. Air Force, and all their work that they're doing. Just echoing the words of our great Senator Portman and Congressman Turner, as they said that they've, in Ohio, I consider it a blessing that we have bipartisan belief and strong support for Wright-Pat. And as a result of that, we have this groundbreaking here today. So I think that's really something to be fortunate about. And a few other things is Senator Brown, as the co-chair of the Air Force Caucus in the U.S. Senate, is still committed to advocating and with his friends in the Senate to continue to support Wright-Pat, and certainly hoping that we can make the Space Command Center be here in the birthplace of aviation. The senator wanted me to commemorate this special day by presenting the commander with a certificate of commemoration, as November 5th, 2020 is the start of something very special. So I'd like to present that to the commander. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Mr. King. I would like to introduce the Air Force's design and construction agent for military construction. The men and women of the Louisville District Corps of Engineers continue to serve us well at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Here to represent the United States Army Corps of Engineers is Louisville District's Commander, Colonel Eric Crispino. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Crispino.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for attending this important ceremony as we break ground on the Wright-Patterson Intelligence Production Complex 3. So this marks the new beginning in a journey to deliver a state-of-the-art intelligence facility from which the National Air and Space Intelligence Center will continue to protect our forces all over the world. So this project is actually part 3 in a military construction sequence, which included the golf course, the road realignment that you see out behind you, and then the Intel Production Complex. For the Army Corps of Engineers Louisville District, we are proud to be part of these events and to help deliver for our partners here at Wright-Patterson. This project was awarded this summer, and we are excited to celebrate this milestone as we turn a new corner into the hard work of the construction phase. And we were able to award this contract and issue the notice to proceed slightly ahead of schedule, and we could not have done that without the great teamwork of the high-performing project delivery team. So I'd like to thank all of the valued members of this multidisciplinary team. I would also like to welcome a new partner to the team, Messer Construction. So congratulations to you on your opportunity to bring another great project across the finish line here at Wright-Patterson and strengthen our national security enterprise. Currently, the schedule that we've developed will enable the NASIC staff to move into their new facility in early 2025, and it is our collective goal to stay true to this milestone. We will work diligently and safely to meet the needs and requirements of the Air Force and NASIC while being mindful that the security components and the final accreditation of this project are paramount. We are grateful for the partnership that we have here with the Air Force Civil Engineering Squadron, along with the Air Force Civil Engineers Center. The Army Corps of Engineers wants to continue to earn your trust as the design and construction agent of choice. The planning and the design of this facility is a result of exceptional collaboration, which has been going on for years. I truly appreciate the engaged leadership from all of the organizations who have worked with us and helped resource the team to advance the project to this phase. And I look forward to continued collaboration in the future. So a lot of hard work has brought us to this point. It's an exciting time as we embark on a new phase to see this home take shape. And we're certain to face challenges along the way, and it's my hope that the spirit of teamwork that's carried us to this point will carry us all the way to the ribbon cutting ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Crispino. I would now like to introduce the Messer Construction Company. They have been in business for over 20 years in the Dayton area and have successfully completed many design-build projects in the Dayton area. It is our belief that Messer will continue that long history of success, building our new National Air and Space Intelligence Center's Intelligence Production Complex 3 here at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Here to represent Messer Construction is the company's Senior Vice President, Mr. Kevin Kozar. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kozar.
Thank you, Pat. Good afternoon. Again, I'm Kevin Kozar, and one of my responsibilities at Messer is to lead our federal military market segment. And I am very proud to be here today as we embark on Wright-Pat's largest single-site construction project and another Messer partnership with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and the National Air and Space Intelligence Center. It is truly an honor to be entrusted to lead yet another project for our military and for the Dayton community. Messer's been working at Wright-Pat for over 80 years. A lot of people don't know that. I always like to give a little history lesson, but in 1939, we completed our first project out here. It was the Wright Field Administrative Office Building addition. Contract amount was $350,000. Throughout World War II, that's when our work really took off. We did over 21 projects on this base that in today's dollars would be $120 million. So, and actually, personally, my first job with Messer Construction Company was right here at Wright-Pat, the toxicology lab in Area B. And since that time, we've led many construction jobs, such as the NASIC Foreign Material Exploitation Laboratory, the Gate 26A alignment, the Building 254 renovation, the Advanced Power and Thermal Research Laboratory at Building 23, and the IT complex in Area B. As always, with the new Intelligence Production Center, our team will be focused on excellence. And that means completing the job safely, as well as on time, on budget, and with the highest level of craftsmanship, all while ensuring the safety and security of the ongoing NASIC operations and all the very important work they do. I know that with the leadership of Matt Schnelly, Paul Richter, and Todd Sadler, both in Dayton and on site, we have the proven leadership to make that happen. It's a privilege to be able to build a specialized facility that will improve our nation's intelligence infrastructure and support our armed forces all over the world. This is a very important project for Messer. We began planning for this and tracking this job in 2017, and we are very excited to be here, and believe me, we are ready to get started. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kozar. Over the last decade, the Civil Engineer Directorate has worked with the National Air and Space Intelligence Center to program, design, and award their new Intelligent Production Complex 3 for construction. At this time, I'd like to introduce Colonel Moe Calabrese, the commander of the National Air and Space Intelligence Center.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. This is an exciting day. I'm excited. I know my people are excited. Senator Portman, Congressman Turner, Colonel Miller, Colonel Crispino, Mr. Kozar, distinguished guests, welcome to the National Air and Space Intelligence Center. We are the nation's Air and Space Intelligence Center and the Service Intelligence Center for the United States Air Force and the Service Intelligence Center for the United States Space Force. It is an honor to have you all here today. Today's event marks yet another milestone in the history of NASIC's expansion from our humble beginnings at McCook Field in downtown Dayton in 1917 to the various and numerous additions you see on the displays over here in front of you. Our newest facility will continue to accelerate us into the future with added seat capacity, advanced laboratory capabilities, and give us the ability to produce the nation's finest foundational scientific and technical intelligence available for our policymakers, our warfighters, and our acquisition professionals. I'd like to take a few moments now to read some remarks from my boss, Lieutenant General Mary O'Brien, the Air Force Deputy Chief of Staff for Intelligence, Surveillance, Reconnaissance, and Cyber Effects Operations. To the men and women that make NASIC the premier intelligence center across the intelligence community, I want to be the first to congratulate you on this historic occasion. After years of hard work and dedication, this new facility is finally coming to fruition. I share in the excitement that I know you all are feeling. The facility is exactly what you deserve to continue to provide decision quality intelligence spanning the information warfare spectrum, which is critical to the survivability of our forces at the tactical edge all the way up to the highest levels of government. We are proud of all your accomplishments and look forward to seeing your continued success when this building reaches full operational capability. I echo Lieutenant General O'Brien's remarks and know that today would not have been possible without the support of our community and base leaders here in attendance. Truly, of all the places I've been stationed, I have never been seen a community as supportive as the one that is surrounding Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. And we are honored to have our federal, state, and local civic leaders here with us today. Thank you to Senator Portman, Senator Brown, and Congressman Turner for the work and support you do for us at NASIC and Wright-Patterson in Washington, D.C. Thank you to State Representative Perales for the work you do in Columbus, and our local community leaders, Mayor Stone of Beaver Creek, Mayor Keller of Fairborn, and Mayor Williams of Riverside for the support you give our NASIC families who reside off base. And finally, I'd like to say a special thank you to Mr. Jeff Hoagland of the Dayton Development Coalition, as well as Mr. Gordon Eisler of the NASIC Association, whose close partnership is greatly appreciated in how you strengthen our ties with industry and our local communities every day. I'd also like to thank the 88th Air Base Wing for the close and continuing partnership we have with Colonel Miller and his team, and the fact we were able to keep base civil engineering on speed dial to help maintain these facilities. Thank you to the Army Corps of Engineers for helping us get this facility on contract. A great job. And thank you to the Messer Construction Company for all the work you will do to move this project forward. And I'd like to thank the many, many NASIC personnel, both past and present, and their families who helped make this day possible. I know we often work in the shadows, but I assure you the work we do here at NASIC gives America a competitive advantage. So in closing, by your presence here today, you are highlighting your commitment to the future of NASIC and Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, your commitment to the future of the United States Air Force, your commitment to the future of the United States Space Force, and your commitment to the future of our nation's defense. United together, we are all part of NASIC. And the investment made in this facility today will accelerate our ability to defend the generations of tomorrow in air, space, and cyberspace, all right here from the great state of Ohio. Thank you for your continued support, and thank you for your attendance. Now let's turn some dirt.
Thank you, Colonel Calabrese. It is now time for the groundbreaking event. Ladies and gentlemen, the area set aside for the groundbreaking will lie within the footprint of the new National Air and Space Intelligence Center's Intelligence Production Complex 3. Our official party, Turning the Dirt, represent the considerable support rendered during this effort by Congress and the United States Air Force. Well, you've already donned your hard hats. So go ahead and pick up your shovels. On 3. 1, 2, 3, dig in. Right next to it. This concludes today's ceremony.